Welcome to the premiere of Beyond the 7-Year Itch, the podcast that finally gives voice to every couple who's made it past year 7 without faking their own deaths. Tonight, we kick things off by admitting the truth. He still thinks quality time means handing her the remote, and she's already Googled soundproof headphones for spouses who breathe too loud. So grab your separate blankets, pour something strong, and join us as we dive headfirst into the hilarious chaos of long-term love. Because if these two are still together after all this, clearly they're too stubborn to quit.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm James, along with my lovely wife, Carrie, married for almost 13 years. Be 13 years here on March 30th, right? This is both yours and I, our second marriage.
I had to math in my head. Yes, that is.
You had to math, and you do that for a living.
That's what Excel is for.
I agree. So episode number 1, this is our very first episode. Now, in the next few weeks, we are going to probably go through quite a few episodes because we've tried to do these in the past month and a half, do episodes or do podcasts, and we just haven't quite got there. So
It's really my fault because we did one a couple weeks ago. I had a lot of fun, and then ever since that, I'm like, okay, maybe we will. I'm too tired after work. I really want to be lazy on the weekend. And now we have something to barter with. So now I have to do one in order to get something that I want.
What do you want? What do you mean?
We have a database.
You want that database you want me to create,
that database,
for work. Now, so that was not a condition I put on this. That was a condition that you put on this.
No, you told me 2 days ago that once you get your podcast, then you look at it.
Well,
so my husband is like amazing with programming behind the scenes, Excel, database, stuff like that. His idea of a good time is to sit there and code stuff for like 2 or 3 hours to do random probabilities. So.
And you hate it.
No.
You really do.
As soon as I knew how to use AI to get my Excel formulas, I stopped going to him.
And that's good. I'm glad I taught you that. That's really good. Okay, so episode number 1. Okay, this is launching the pod. This is Surviving the Itch, our marriage origin story. Okay, so this episode is going to be relatively quick. There are things that we're going to do in each episode. I mean, such as, am I the asshole? Or a couple other different segments we can do in there. I like to do the top 3 where, Carrie and I, we go through our top 3 of something. Maybe it's a top 3 restaurant, top 3 dating places to go, just a bunch of different things. There's a lot of things that we can talk about. Right. But tonight, this particular episode, we're just going to talk about the launch of the podcast.
The podcast.
Don't
As you
do
said,
that.
as people have survived the itch.
Yeah, survive the itch.
I think I slept through the itch.
You probably did. I mean, to be completely honest, you probably did. So launching the podcast. So I'm James, almost 54 years old. I'll be 54 years old in March. So I am a Gen Xer. Kind of that don't give a care, don't give a damn. I think you're a Gen Xer as well, but you're a little bit later in that process, or a little bit later in the Gen X. You were born in 77, so you're kind of the millennial light, or flirting with millennial, right?
I don't really like to be called that, but whatever.
Nobody does.
The best
I
of
wouldn't
both
either.
worlds.
I'm peak Gen X, so I'm okay.
I'm the best of both worlds, so
okay.
I can be sarcastic, but still have no ideas.
So we currently live in West Michigan, just south of Holland. This is now, I'm going to be completely honest.
Now you're going to tell everybody where we live. Now we're going to
I'm not going to give them the address, my dear.
I don't know. Might as well drop a pin.
Okay, let's jump right into Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
So this segment, if you don't know what Am I the Asshole is, it's just a Reddit story where people go on to Reddit and they post something that they're experiencing, or something that they're thinking, or something that they have done. And they're asking the internet, are they the asshole? So I do have one. I did find one.
I did find the other day, though? So I'm really tired of the Reddit Am I the Assholes, because they're the same shit over and over and over again.
Right.
Am I allowed to say shit?
You can say whatever you want. This is a podcast.
And so I found out Facebook has one. So I'm going to go peruse Facebook and then drop it in AI to summarize, because everybody knows they're like 12 pages long to get to the point.
I would imagine, though, they're probably exactly the same thing. Would you not?
You know what? We need to reach out to people and have them submit their own Am I the Assholes here instead of out on Reddit. I mean, out on Reddit, they get lost. And
where do you go to submit that, my dear?
Beyond7yearitch.com and drop us a message. Or
That's exactly right.
Wait a minute. Was it?
So you can go beyond the
What's the other one?
7yearitch.com. No, it's beyond the 7yearitch.com. And then anywhere we kind of post this on, whether it be YouTube. So the podcast will be posted on YouTube. Okay. The full video will be posted on YouTube. Then we'll do a bunch of shorts on YouTube, on TikTok at Beyond the 7-Year Itch. So you can comment in those videos, comment in those sections. But I would add,
you can email us.
You could beyond the connect at beyond the 7yearitch.com.
And I thought
those
you were going to
links,
say it.
Yeah, they will be in the link. They'll be in the video link. Okay. So am I the asshole? Since you diverted there, you squirreled. I do have an am I the asshole? So this is, am I the asshole for wanting a divorce? And
it depends.
I had to turn off notifications on the phone. We're recording on the phone, and this notifications are popping up left and freaking right, and I can't stand it. So that's all that's popping up. All right. So am I the asshole for wanting a divorce? Okay. So I met my husband in college, and we've been together for 10 years, married for 7, and I'm done. Our relationship has always been fine, but never great, and I feel like it's time to be done. So this is right at that 7-year itch. Together for 10 years, married for 7. We have 3 kids, and that's pretty much the reason I'm here. The only reason she's there is because they have 3 kids, it sounds like. We're great co-parents, and we have a lot of fun hanging out, but the spark is gone, and I don't feel like I can be emotionally vulnerable to him. I told him how I feel, and he's been trying so hard to be the best husband ever, and I'm just kind of like a little too late. I feel nothing when he tries to be romantic. He says if I leave, he will feel betrayed, and that real love stays and tries during the hard. It's been about 2 years of feeling ambivalent. So am I the asshole if I file now that he's being great?
I think I need more information to make that decision.
So it's not much more update or much information. There is an update to the story. And what she says is everyone is assuming that my husband is a great husband. He's just a great dad, but has been a shitty husband. Even he admits that. He's left me alone to deal with some of the greatest heartbreaks, struggles I've ever been through. And I feel as though someone who loves me the way I want to be loved wouldn't do that. I think that's key right there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a key sentence.
I really think it depends, though, because is she really giving it a chance? Has he been trying this whole 2 years? Is she not giving the relationship? I mean, she could have made the decision a couple of years ago, because even though she says we've been together 10, married 7, that means 5 years into their marriage, she kind of gave up. Mm-hmm. And having kids is really hard on a marriage.
It is.
I mean, that's really, really difficult. So maybe she needs to step back and say, we need to make some time for ourselves and really put in the work. Maybe therapy. I don't know. I just don't get the feeling that she's put in all the effort. But then again, he could be a real asshole too.
I don't think there's enough information here to really make a determination. I mean, if you're not happy in a relationship, you don't feel like you're ever going to be happy in a relationship, do you want to sit there and struggle with that?
That's true, but is she playing the grass is greener on the other side?
Oh, that's true. I mean, it didn't say how old they were. It just says that they had been together for 10 years and married for 7, 3 kids.
Yeah, but they met in college, so you figure they're late 20s.
Relatively young. Yeah, early 30s, right. That's kind of where I was going to go. And that is, when you start kind of that young, do you kind of get out of that? You start feeling like you've missed out on things.
I guess it really comes down to if you really sit and think about it, really reflect. Do you miss them when they're gone? Do you think about them? Do you actually have feelings for them? Because I've been in a situation. My ex-husband and I were great co-parents. We got along well together. We were great business partners. But when it came to the relationship itself, I felt there was stuff missing. There was a 7-year difference too. So a lot of it is that I was just really, really young. But I mean, when I finally made the decision to leave, it's because I didn't have any feelings at all, or maybe kind of really bad feelings.
I think that's kind of what she's saying here, right? Which is why I can kind of empathize. Now, it's not something that I've been through personally. I've always been the one that was left, which is weird.
I mean, you and I have had our ups and downs and gone crazy things, and we're 20 years into this relationship, and I mean, if you think, we dated for over 7 years before we got together. So we got to go through all of this 7-year itch before we even got married.
I agree. We kind of got all that out of the way, right?
Yeah.
I hope.
So
Yeah, I think so. So I don't think there's enough information here to call her the asshole or to say that she's not the asshole. It's kind of one of those things you got to deal with you first, and then everything's got to come after that. And I know the kids are going to be upset, but I mean, kind of like you were saying, both.
if the relationship's bad, the kids will suffer.
If the relationship is bad, 100% the kids will suffer, no doubt, right? But what I was getting at is that you've got an ex, I've got an ex, and our kids have grown up to be fairly well-rounded because we were able to get along with our exes. I would call my ex, I think we're probably pretty good friends with her and her husband. Would you not agree?
Well, absolutely. I have no problem. We did Thanksgiving with each other a couple of years ago. We go to birthday parties together. We send each other jokes. So definitely have a very good relationship with your ex-wife.
Yeah, good friends on Facebook. And I know a lot of people are going to think about that and go, oh, that's kind of strange, but it's really not. It's for the kids. And now we've got grandkids. So, I mean, we're not best buds, but I think we call ourselves friends. And I think my ex would probably agree that we're better friends now than maybe what we were when we were married. So I think that's good. So you don't have an "Am I the asshole?" do you?
I don't.
Wow, boy, you just did not come prepared, did you?
I told you I am winging today.
And you're winging.
Absolutely winging.
You winged the last one.
I know.
All right. So because I did the research, I do have several.
Okay. Fine.
So am I the asshole for telling my friend she's in the same league as men she calls ugly? Now, this is a woman to a woman. Okay. So my friend, female, downloaded dating apps like Tinder and Hinge for the first time about a week ago. For reference, she's the type that always says she wants a boyfriend, wants to do couple things, feels lonely, single, etc. She's also, in my opinion, at least very normal and average looks-wise, not ugly, not super hot, just all right. Since then, she's been complaining to me that almost all the men there are ugly, short, etc. Now, okay.
I'm already formulating my opinion on this.
I'm sure you are. All right. And that she doesn't match with anybody hot. I asked to see which people she was calling ugly, and so she showed me her likes, and it mostly showed people perfectly in her league, as in moderately attractive guys. I told her that these guys were all in her league and she should give some of them a chance since she always complains about wanting to be in a relationship. She denied that she's in the same league as them and said that she's much more attractive than they are. I pointed out that in her own words, she doesn't match with any of the guys she does find attractive. So she's not in their league. So am I the asshole?
Well, absolutely not. I would tell her exactly how it is. But it sounds like this other woman has a problem anyway, because you need to be comfortable with yourself before you get out there. And just because you think they're better looking doesn't mean you're going to end up being better off.
Because you think,
I think that she needs to, as long as there's, some kind of attractiveness between them, because I'm sure it's very rare that people get together that have like no attraction to each other at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, why not try out of your league? But I mean, if I was her friend, I'd be completely honest with her. I'd tell her exactly how it is. I mean, the friends that I have, I can be brutally honest with. And it's, we have a much more well-rounded and appreciative relationship because of it.
Right. And to be fair, all the people that we're relatively friends with are all married and have been married for years and years and years, right?
No. I mean, I have several that aren't. If you think of my friend in Mendon. I mean, she was married. She's divorced now.
Okay. No clue.
But
I really don't know a lot of your friends. But okay, so with this particular one, is she the asshole for telling her friend that she's kind of at the same league as the guys that are liking her? No, you're not the asshole. It's be truthful.
Well, I guess it depends on
honesty.
how you approach it. If you're mean about it, then yeah, you might be an asshole. But
sometimes brutal honesty is a good thing that people need.
Yeah.
Right. So I think In this instance,
I'm
there
gonna
is a
say
TikTok
no.
channel. Yeah, there's a TikTok channel called HoMath, HOE_math.
Okay.
It actually describes this point very well on many of the videos that he does. Go look at it.
I think I'm going to have to.
You're going to have to, because it does explain these things. So it's really kind of cool, kind of funny, and kind of brutally honest. I like the brutal honesty.
That's funny because it's usually the other way around. It's usually the men trying to get women out of their league, not so much. Well, no.
Yeah, you'll have to watch the videos.
Yeah, I guess I never paid too much attention to it.
Maybe what I'll do is I'll tag one of those videos in here and bring it into the fold, and then we can react to it afterwards, or we'll just let people react to it, or I'll just tag this particular individual. It's a good TikTok channel. I really like it. Okay, so this one you have actually heard before, because when we did trial podcasts earlier.
Yes, I already know this one. Go ahead.
You don't.
I'll pretend that I don't remember.
You pretend that you don't remember. Okay, am I the asshole for taking selfies with my male friend? Is that the one you were thinking about?
Oh, that is not the one I was thinking about.
I know it was not the one you were thinking about. ADHD. Okay.
No, I just figured you'd talk about the dog one, because that was much better.
So me, female 48 and husband 50, have been together for 24 years, married for 17, 4 kids. We recently went out with friends of ours, 2 couples we have known for 15 years, and one of the lady's sister. All had a great night. Towards the end of the night, we were all taking a few photos. I took 2 selfies of me and the husband of the friend, also a friend. The next day, my husband, so she took pictures with one of the couple's husbands, right? Selfies with
her male friend.
With her male friend.
With her male friend.
Their male friend, because they're all friends. They all went out, right? So the next day, my husband has an issue with this because I didn't take any of him. And he says, I'm the one, or I'm the only one who does stuff like that. A few things like this have happened in the past. Like I once put my head on the shoulder of a male friend when we're sitting beside him, and I've always felt I did nothing wrong. As I do in this situation, my gut feeling is that is not normal to be ridiculed for this, but am I the asshole? There is an edit to this. We'll get to that. But for me, I don't think you're the asshole. I really don't. You're all going out as friends. You guys have been a couple of friends for a long time. Unless you're UDPP people, it's okay.
Really?
What?
Well, I agree. Absolutely not the asshole. I mean, if he's pissed off because she didn't take any pictures, he had his phone. She was taking selfies with her and her friends.
And he could have done the same.
Yeah.
I'm sure they all. Go ahead.
We have a lot of friends, and I don't mind. I mean, heck, I've given my number to a couple of my friends so they can send you funny memes, or, we've got a friend that we both work together. Let's call him Bert. And I talk to Bert all the time. I mean, we just have phone conversations back and forth, and every once in a while, you'll jump on the conversation too, but I hate when they get talking together because they still work together and go back and back and back.
When who works together?
I'm going to call him Bert.
Okay. The individual that I work with. Yes. We will always talk bad about you.
Please don't talk bad about, well, no, he does call me. He doesn't talk bad about me.
No, he does not.
I should say not behind my back. To my face.
He does not. He will never talk bad about you. 100%. None of the individuals that I work with that know you talk bad about you.
I know. They just can't believe that I put up with you this long.
Nobody can believe that, my dear.
They're like, an angel. She's going to heaven.
That is not true. That is not true.
Better.
All right. So I don't think she's the asshole. I think he's got a little bit of insecurities. It sounds like
maybe he's a little bit of the asshole.
I would agree. So there's some insecurities in the relationship there. There's probably not enough information really to kind of determine maybe something happened in the past. I don't know. Maybe that caused his insecurities.
Talk it out and move on.
Or be a little bit more secure in your relationship. Yeah,
I agree. I have moments too, but I get over them.
Yeah, mine. Yeah. Okay. So you have no N. Am I the asshole? So we're going to move on to the next segment that I like to call the top 3.
Okay.
Did you not come prepared for this either, my dear?
I'm just going to, I sat there and tried some of these top 3 things, but
do you know what the top 3 here is? So the top 3 tonight, and we discussed this. I don't know how you know.
No, because
but your top 3 favorite restaurants. Top 3 favorite restaurants of all time. Not current. It can be current, but it could be past too. So what are your top 3 restaurants? Let's just start with number 3. What is your number 3 favorite restaurant of all time?
I have my top 1.
And what's your top 3, babe?
I know, but you said start with 3, and I'm still coming up with a third.
Well, these are things that you should. All right, so I'm going to start with my third. Okay.
Okay, you're
probably not going to be surprised by my list because my list is all Mexican restaurants.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
absolutely
Mexican
it is.
food. Mexican food is the best. If ever there was a restaurant that had 30, 40 different types of salsas, please let me know. Okay, because I want to go there. I judge a Mexican restaurant, number 1, by the atmosphere, the ambiance of the restaurant, and number 2, by the salsa. So when you get that free salsa, if you don't get that free salsa, I'll never come back. But if you get that salsa and that salsa is fantastic, I'm there. Okay, so
Okay, I've got my 3.
Well, no, you can't go now, bud.
I can too. Go ahead.
You cannot. All right, now my number 3 is one that we currently go to here in Holland, Michigan.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I've got mine already set up. I know what mine are.
Ooh, do I get to guess what they are?
No, that's not the name of the game.
Yeah, but it's much more fun to guess.
All right,
Keeps people curious.
Number 3 in Holland, Michigan, there is a place called El Rancho. There are 2 of those. The one on 31, up kind of by the north side of town, has got 16. The better ambiance. Yeah, it's got the better ambiance, right? The one by Meyer is the one I think you and I both like going to. The guys there that work
31,
the waiters.
That's one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one by where you work. Yeah. So
yeah,
the one
the one by Meyer off 16th.
Right.
I love. I mean, they recognize us when we come in, so I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
It may not be because we go there a lot. We kind of have our own favorite waiters,
Not Princess Diet. I know, right?
But that's my number 3. Okay, is El Rancho. I love Mexican food. Mexican food is fantastic. I don't think you could do better than that. All right, what is your number 3?
My number 3, and none of the restaurants I have, I can actually get to in a decent amount of time. Everything's far away. So my number 3 would be Carlos O'Kelly. They used to have one in Fort Wayne. They closed it down. Now we have to drive, 4 or 6 hours away to go to one. And so I haven't had it in a long time. So once I finally get the option to ever eat it again, it may not make my top 3, but from what I remember, it makes my top 3.
Carlos O'Kelly's is good. It really is.
Is that one on your list?
I'm not going to tell you until I get there. Okay.
Okay, fine.
All right. Carlos O'Kelly's is good. All right. My number 2, no surprise, again, is a Mexican restaurant, and that is Laredo's. I don't know if you remember Laredo's. Laredo's I think it was in Auburn or it was in Opelika,
you like
Alabama.
That one better. I like the other one.
I don't know what the other one is.
You like the Laredo's that was like on the main strip in Opelika. I like the one that was off the interstate. Or actually, they ended up didn't they put one over by Tiger Town? They built one over by Tiger Town.
Built one what?
A Mexican restaurant by Tiger Town.
There's a lot of Mexican. What's the name of it?
I don't know, and I can't look it on my phone.
Come prepared, dear. Did it start with a D, Durango's?
I was thinking it might be Durango's, but...
So Durango's where we used to go to lunch all the time, but it didn't have a great atmosphere. It did have good salsa. It did have good food.
Yeah, the food was good.
So that would be that would actually be outside of my top 3, to be completely honest. But Laredo's, I loved the atmosphere. And I don't know if you remember going to Laredo's, the thing that we would do with the chips. So they would bring the chips out, they'd bring the salsa, and then we would have the cheese salsa or the queso, right? And then I would ask for jalapeno slices. Do you remember what we used to do? So we would take and we would dip, and then we'd put a jalapeno. You and the boys.
I was not stupid. I was not playing along with it.
Jalapenos are fantastic. How is that being stupid? You and the boys
would have contests to see who could eat them. I knew I wasn't eating them.
I knew I could eat them. I still do. But that would be my number 2. Next time in May, when we're going back through Opelika, when we're on our way down to Florida in late April, May, whenever it is, right? Let's stop and go to Laredo's.
We'll have to have one on the way there and one on the way back, so I can decide which one.
I've already got it.
So I think I have to change my number 3 because I want to go to Carlos.
You can't do that.
I'm going to. So I want to go to Carlos O'Kelly for their enchiladas because they are amazing, but I really like the salsa and my fajitas at El Rancho. So I'm going to have to say I'm at El Rancho with you now. However, Carlos O'Kelly's enchiladas, you can't beat those.
I don't think you can. There's a cat going upstairs.
Salsa just wasn't the best. Yeah. And I have to have my queso.
I liked the chip and salsa at Carlos O'Kelly's. Oh, anyways.
Yeah, but they only had yellow. They only had yellow queso. My number 2 is Ichibans
Ichibans.
in Springfield, Tennessee.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Uh-huh.
Now this
Japanese
is Japanese steakhouse, right?
And hibachi,
Yep.
the best. Every time we go south, I make him stop.
And that would probably be outside my top 3. But I think this is outside even my top 5. I liked it. The steak and the rice and all that good stuff. That was really good stuff. And it's great atmosphere too. Great for lunch.
Really good clear soup.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. Right. I would agree. Next time, maybe we make a little detour and we go to Ichabod's.
Oh, we always do.
On the way down. We do. We try to. Okay. So my number one is Carlos O'Kelly's. Okay.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah, I know. So
until
Carlos
you try
O'Kelly's,
it again, then it may not be your number one. I thought you were going to go. I figured you'd go like Banditos or something because you always.
So Banditos is just outside the top 3. All right, so let's get back to Carlos.
I'm a really big fan.
So Carlos O'Kelly's is my number one because that was the place that you and I used to go to all the time. Okay, when we lived in Fort Wayne, when we would go there a lot. I don't know, and you remember that we would go there quite a lot.
Yeah, it was right next to the candy bed, too, so it's perfect.
Yeah, and then we moved. We moved to Alabama, so we hadn't had Carlos O'Kelly's since 2005.
Oh, at least
something like that. I think it closed in Fort Wayne in 2014. I think. Just looking at the research, there is one. There's several of them that are open, but the closest one to us, actually, I think, is the one that has been open. Was the very first store that opened, and that's in Marion, Illinois. No, sorry.
We talk about
sorry, Marion, Iowa. I don't know how I got that wrong, but we are going to take a trip this summer, my dear.
How far is it from your mom's?
Well, it's further from my mom's than it is from our house. We're just going to make the trip there.
I just figured we could detour there and then go to your mom's.
No, it's in Iowa. Right. So I think we should, what I want to do, and I was kind of hoping I'd be able to surprise you with this. I don't know, but I think it'd be great. A good trip. I've never been to Iowa. I think you've been to Iowa.
Hey, let's go to Iowa.
Is there anything in Iowa? Well, there's a Carlos O'Kelly's.
You said to me, honey, surprised I'm taking you to Iowa. I would
probably shoot me.
I've been to Iowa.
Yeah. You've been to Iowa. I have never been to Iowa, but I would love to wake up on a Saturday morning and take a trip with you to Marion, Iowa, to go to Carlos O'Kelly's. I think that would be...
What are the other locations? Maybe there's better locations that are farther away that we can actually...
Maybe people on the internet can let us know. Are there better Carlos O'Kelly's locations? I know that Marion, Iowa is the one closest to Holland, Michigan. It's still like a 6, 7, 8 hour drive. Unfortunately, we've got to drive through Chicago.
I'm not going to go to Ohio, or I'm not going to go to Iowa for that.
I am going to go to Iowa for that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go. I promise you, we're going to do that. Then it's not your number one, is it? It's not even your top 3.
I just kicked it out of my top 3.
Oh, I
kicked it to like number 4.
I don't even like you anymore. I don't even know how we can make this happen. I don't know. No. 7-year itch back. We're going to do it. I promise you. I promise you this summer, we're going to do that.
Can you guess my number 1? Let's see if he really knows me. No.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Not pizza.
I don't believe that. I don't believe what
I was here's a clue. When I found out that there was one near where my parents lived and I didn't know about it, I was really pissed off.
God, what is the name of that dadgum?
I was so mad.
It's a place that I'm not a fan of. I go because you like it.
Come on.
Starts with Biaggi's?
Yes, Biaggi's. I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love their ravioli and then the little dipping stuff, like their bread and the oil with the Parmesan. And we don't go to Fort Wayne often enough to get it. And then I found out after my parents moved from the Toledo area to the Columbus, Ohio area, that they have one there. So all the times that we had gone to see mom and dad over like the past 1.5, 2 years, we were helping them like get the house ready to sell and stuff like that. I could have had Biaggi's every single time.
Right. I'm surprised your parents did not tell you that. Do they not know you?
Well, they probably didn't know that I liked that restaurant. I mean, they did take us to Mexican because they knew that we ate Mexican food all the time.
So I am really surprised. That Carlos O'Kelly's is not in your top 3. Hey,
it was. Sorry, guys, was my bottom.
Stop. Guys, no.
What are they barking at?
I don't know. They're barking at whatever they want to bark at. So, but anyway,
if I let Loki downstairs, it'll keep a couple of them busy.
Yeah, right. So Biaggi's we can go to, right? Because
Yes.
we go to Fort Wayne to see the kids, see the grandkids.
No, I have another
No.
one.
There's so many. I know.
Can we
I
do
know.
our top 5? I mean, if we do,
No, wait. Give me a
so if I
second.
say
Give me a
top
second.
pizza
Stop.
place.
No, I know what you're
just
going to
had
say.
another
Pizza.
one.
I know what pizza place you're going to say. I do. Okay, I do. But we will make a trip to Marion, Iowa to go to Carlos O'Kelly's this summer. Now, my question for you, do we drive the truck? Do we ride the motorcycles? Keep in mind, we're going to Chicago.
Yeah, but I mean, we could take a long way around, can't we? No, I think we're going to have to depend because we had also talked about going, taking a camping trip out west to like.
Do we want to try doing it at that time?
Yeah, boondock. Yeah, I think so.
Boondock. We're going to boondocking.
Yes. So.
All right. So your top 4, Pizza King.
Pizza King, yes. And actually, now we need to make a trip to see the grandkids and the other kids because I want both.
Which
that
is
sounds
typical.
So good.
Anytime that we go to Fort Wayne, you always want Biaggi's, and on the way out, you want Pizza King.
Yeah, but I've been on this stupid no carb diet for 3 weeks now, and now we're talking about Pizza King and Biaggi's, which are extremely off the list. Have to go. And now I
told you we're going to have pizza tomorrow. You can have one cheat day. We don't have to kill ourselves, right?
I'll have cauliflower crust, but it's still pizza.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's still pizza. You're right. I think that'll be great. All right. Is there any other honorable mentions for restaurants that you would like?
Ooh, Takioka. That was a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I guess we have to look at categories of food because that actually would be on my top list of like hibachi Japanese steakhouse places.
Any restaurants that are currently closed that you kind of wish
know what? I'm going to say this. First off, what is that cat doing?
He's up on top of the bell.
Oh, they're not supposed to be up on the counters. I'm going to murder some. I'm going to put weights on their legs. A restaurant that's not around here that I crave and really want. Waffle House.
I
don't know what it is about the so basic eggs, toast, waffle. We used to do that on Sundays, and I miss that.
So for all the people that don't know us, which is nearly everybody that could be watching or listening to this podcast, when we lived in White House, Tennessee, nearly every Sunday we would wake up and we would go to Waffle House, which was 3 miles away from the house, I think it was. Right. And we would go there. I think we got to know the people's names. We kind of do that with Bob Evans here now in Holland, but Waffle House, we would go there.
Same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Just not the same. I mean, now everywhere I go, when I get eggs, I tell them I want them fresh cracked.
Right. So if you are in the Michigan area, the Holland, Michigan area, let us know. Are there restaurants that we should try out? I think what we should do, my dear, is once a month, maybe twice a month, we try to find something new. Would you agree? A different place, whether it be in Grand Rapids,
Holland. If anybody knows of where to get a good waffle in the area, would be great.
I just want a different restaurant. It doesn't have to be a good waffle.
Yeah. No, I want a good waffle. So like that wooden shoe over off the main drag isn't bad. But I think we didn't really care for much of the other stuff. But we've only tried it once.
Then twice.
I don't know where else we can go to get a waffle. I think there's a place downtown. I don't know. Now I'm going to have to check it out. Yeah.
I know. So let us know.
When Bob Evans stopped serving waffles, I didn't even want to go there anymore. I think it was like a year before I even tried pancakes.
So just let us know if you're in the Grand Rapids, Holland area. Let us know. Are there any places that we should try? I mean, we're relatively new. We've been here for 10 years. We like to eat. We love to eat. So once a month, maybe we get out and we just kind of do a review of the restaurant that we get suggested. In a lot of good places. Maybe we can find something that we'll really, really like. Who knows?
Okay, that works for me.
So now, this segment is called 4 Questions with James. Okay, so I'm going to ask you 4 questions. 4 questions. Excuse me. You give me the answers. Okay. So the first question, given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
Keanu Reeves.
You would invite him over. Is he married?
I don't care.
Okay. So Keanu Reeves, that would be your guest. Dinner guest, you would have Keanu. So can I answer?
You're not even going to ask why?
Because you think he's hot.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, I've always thought he was attractive, but he does when he takes on a role for a movie, researches it and becomes that person. But it's amazing all the stuff that he's gone through and accomplished. and he's done. And that's really, really interesting. And I would love to sit there and pick his brain.
So mine, I would have Peyton Manning. Obviously
Really?
hey, I'm a big Indianapolis Colts fan.
Boring.
Why is that boring? Peyton Manning is friggin' awesome.
I know, but yeah, I mean, I could see that one for you.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Keanu Reeves, we would both enjoy.
You would not enjoy having Peyton Manning over for dinner.
I might.
Divorce.
I mean, I'd rather invite a tight end, but it is what it is.
Dallas Clark, huh? Oh, no, Leaner.
Yes.
All right. Would you like to be famous? If so, in what way?
The only way I would like to be famous is if I had a bunch of money and people left me alone. I don't want fame. I don't want anything that comes with it.
Well, that's not being famous then. So being famous because you have money, being famous.
No, I'm just saying I wouldn't want to be famous unless I could have all the money without the drama.
Well, that's not possible. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's something that could happen. I don't think you could have all the money and not, I mean, you could have money, but the question is, do you want to be famous? And if so, in what way would you want to be famous? If you don't want to be famous, that's fine. Right. So for me, would I want to be? Yes, but I don't want to. But I don't want to be the kind of famous that I'm recognized everywhere. You know what I mean? I just want to be that kind of famous that you're occasionally, oh, hey, I kind of know you. I don't want to be that famous where you can't go to a restaurant and have something to eat, and without somebody going, hey, I know who you are.
Let me ask you this. What do you want to be famous for?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, do you want to be like Bobbitt famous?
No.
Or like Peyton Manning famous?
Well,
Peyton Manning.
I'm not a quarterback.
Famous?
I'm not a quarterback. I am 6'4", 240 pounds, but I'm too old, right? I don't want to be Tom Brady famous or Peyton Manning famous or James Hetfield famous. I don't want to be that kind of famous. I want to be the kind of famous that somebody goes, I kind of know you. I've seen you somewhere,
No, I'm still voting. I don't want to be famous.
Okay, well, you don't have to be. It's okay. People don't want that, right? Some people just don't need that. Okay, question number
to be unrecognizable.
There you go. So I often think it would be kind of cool to walk into a store, and people go, hey, I see your podcast. I know who you are. I've seen you on TikTok. I've seen you on YouTube. You're funny. But I don't want to be the kind of famous where somebody comes up, you need to fucking die. Yeah, don't need that kind of famous.
Stay away from that famous.
That's not a good famous at all. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that go through all that stuff. All right, question number 3. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say? Why?
It depends on what the call is for.
Okay.
I would say 95% of the time, I just wing it.
The only time,
yeah. The only time I practice what I'm going to say is maybe setting up my voicemail. But now I just let it do numbers. So,
Right. I can't say that I've never practiced a phone call prior to calling, but I know that I have practiced a phone call after I have called. You know what I mean?
After?
I should have. And what I mean by that,
said this,
I should have said
that.
this. I should have said that kind of thing. So that happens a lot. Okay, fourth question.
I have, but it's probably like the quick, leaving a message on the doctor's office, kind of running it through my head. Okay, make sure you say this and this and this. But
right. Well, that makes sense. All right. Question 4, final question.
You know what? For phone interviews, I definitely, nope, I can't say I practiced that either. Nope, I don't think there's a whole lot.
Well, when we do the next podcast, please take your squirrel medicine. All right. Question number 4, final question. And I think I know what your answer will be to this. Okay.
Why? Because you read my notes when I was sitting there the other night?
I did not. What would constitute a perfect day for you?
Well, now that we're talking about food, it's completely different.
Well, we're not talking about
originally,
food.
Originally, it was going to be like UV index from like noon to 8 p.m., 80 degrees, sunny, out at the pool, maybe a couple friends, the dogs. But now I'm sitting there thinking, if I could click my heels and hit every restaurant, click my heels, go have that, click my heels, go have this.
Right.
If I could beam to place to place to place.
I kind of like the first portion of that. What you said is a perfect day would be out in the sun, spending it with the dog, spending it with friends, out by the pool, whether it be a pool, be a lake, a beach, whatever it is, kayaking down the Kalamazoo.
But the UV index has to be top from like the moment I want to step outside to the moment I go in. So I can do my gardening, I can play with my dog. 80 degrees.
80, 85. I would agree. I think that would be a fantastic, fantastic day. Okay.
I mean, that just sounds like a boring, perfect day.
But it's one of those that you wake up the next day or you get to work on Monday and you're like, well, I had a pretty good weekend. It was pretty, it was not stressful. You didn't have to do a lot of thinking about a lot of different things. You just sat out there, had fun, had a good drink, whatever, good laugh, whatever. Okay, so let's get into the next segment, which is called Grind My Gears.
But that was for next time.
Nope, this is Saturday.
Nope, this says tease next episode is Grind My Gears.
Right. Okay, fine. It's sitting here right on my screen.
I'm just saying. I don't know what to tell you.
It's sitting here right on my screen. All right,
yeah,
so we'll do...
Then we will have something next episode.
So you don't have a Grind My Gears?
Oh, I know what grinds my gears, but, that's coming up.
Right now, I'm grinding your gears.
That comes next episode.
All right, fine. So, but next episode, you had better be prepared for this. I can't prepared.
Promise that.
Oh, okay. All right. Is quick hit on yours? So I've got quick hit, best or worst from last week. What is the best thing or the worst thing that happened to you in the last week? Going to play the Jeopardy theme on this one.
I'm telling you, because the past 3 weeks has been nothing but hell. Best thing from the last week. I really don't have a best or worst from last week.
Nothing.
No, I mean, I know
when you're talking about work, when you're talking about dog, talking about the house, talking about...
I know that this week, so I never get really irritated at work. Usually I can pretty just let stuff go. It is how it is. And I did notice that twice this week I got severely irritated, which was unlike me. So I guess I would say that would be the worst thing. And it wasn't necessarily something specific that triggered me, but that would be the worst. Because usually I can go into work and even if stuff is tough or challenges come up, I'm okay, whatever. But I do remember being severely agitated at least 2 days. The best, now I'm going to let this fall into last weekend. So the best thing that happened to me this week is I finally got to rehome Caitlin's long-haired orange cats. And that's why you see my daughter. And that's why you see the cats in the background, because ours haven't been allowed in because we had hers and I just didn't really trust them. Yeah, I'm going to say that I didn't really trust them.
No, I mean, you're right to not do that because they tore up her apartment to some degree, right? So these are two long-haired orange and white, what are they, calicos? I don't know what they are, but young cats. I mean, they just didn't like being confined.
They were great here. I mean, Colby destroyed that cat tree, so we had that, so he didn't really destroy anything else because he had the cat tree to claw to death.
And now the cats that we saved from our barn are now running around in our house, and they love it.
Oh, yes.
Both Tibbs and Loki, right? That's a whole nother podcast. We could talk about our pets for sure. So maybe the worst thing that happened to me this week just might have been, the snow, I guess. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of it. Being up north, it's hard for me to kind of...
What are they doing?
They're having fun on the stairs, my dear.
They just keep going up and down all over the place. What the heck? Didn't you let Braxton up here?
Yeah. So anyways, just to know, the best thing that happened is just kind of a strange thing, but I got to visit our new plant at work. And it's a really nice plant. So
do you have an office there?
I don't have an office there. I'll have to talk to Bill and see if he can get me an office there.
I'm telling you.
Okay. On the next podcast, we're going to share our top 3 things that we think make a marriage successful. So the top 3. So dear, you've got to be ready for this. Okay. Your top 3
that we think makes every marriage successful, or the top 3 things that have made our marriage successful?
It's whatever you want. Okay. So the top 3 things, and
very
it may
specific.
No, it doesn't have to be very specific. It's just got to be what you think. Okay. So things that you think would make a marriage very successful, whether or not it's something that we do or something that we don't do well. Those types of things. I've got my top 3. I think you've already heard my top 3. Okay.
So these didn't listen.
You probably did not listen, but these will be the top 3 things that we'll get into, okay, on the next podcast of what we think, each of us. I'll have my top 3, you have your top 3 of what we think you got to have or you should have in a marriage to make it successful. Okay, we're going to talk about the crazy in a world in a would you rather segment. We're going to get a little crazy in the would you rather segment, and that's just would you rather this or would you rather that. I think that's a really funny kind of thing to do. And then also, you are correct. There is a grind my gears. So if anybody knows a grind my gears, I know Peter Griffin did it best. Peter Griffin from not Family Guy. What the hell is the show?
That is Family Guy. American Dad's the other one.
Yeah, you're right.
Family
You're
Guy.
right. Yeah, Family Guy. Peter Griffin did it best with the grind my gears. And then just a reminder: subscribe to our YouTube channel, our TikTok channel, etc., and email us at connect@beyondthe7yearitch.com with questions or stories that we could feature on our show. So what we'll do is, if we feature your story on our show and you've got a TikTok channel, you've got a YouTube channel, we're going to give you a shout out for that.